Kiwan?
Yeah.
Alright, my name is Taz. Yeah, bro.
What y'all about to speak the word out here?
Oh, yeah. We about to get right into it. Matter of fact, we live too, so we about to, you know what I mean?
You live right now?
Con, I'm about to switch it over.
How long y'all gonna be out here for?
As long as the spirit's willing, we gonna be out here a couple hours, bro. You feel me? You know what I mean? Till the spirit tell us to conclude. You know what I mean? Sabulon Warrior says Shalom, Zabawulon Gabar, Shalom.
Shalom. It's not in vain, bro.
Yeah, the word going out.
It's never in vain. It's one of those things that, like, sometimes we feeling like, man, ain't nobody watching, ain't nobody hearing. But the work is not in vain, man.
Alright, so we're gonna get straight into it. First and foremost, we want to give all praises unto our Father,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash.
Double honors unto the apostles and the Zaquanium, the elders of Great Millstone, who taught us this 144% truth. All right, that is ruling well. Double honors unto y'all.
Right.
All right, the elders of all Israel, if you can receive it. All right, peace and salutations to the tabernacle of David, the 144,000 governing body. All right, teaching this word presented by us as a living sacrifice, and to the large multitude of Israelites, the 1/3 of men, women, and children out there that are helping the prophets, listening and believing on Yahweh.
Turn that shit on right here, man.
He
Fuck
just-
you fucking devils, man.
He did that shit on purpose.
Can't wait till the Most High start judging y'all motherfuckers, bro.
Now, real talk, that's the spirit that I'm in, so I'm going to just give a disclaimer right now. You know, Salakia, but, you know, we're of rude speech, but not of knowledge, man, because the way the spirit has been working throughout this week, man, you know what I'm saying, we have a strong vexation of spirit unto this wicked-ass place, man. All right, and we're going to get into some precepts, all right, doing what we commanded to do, you know, rebuking, you know, the wicked Esau, Edom, and the rest of you sons of men, the heathen nations, and of course, you know, our wicked brothers, you and sisters, you 2/3 of Israel. All right. So we coming out for these people right here, man, the real children of Israel, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, because that's only who Yahushua was sent for. Matthew 15:24. And I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. All right? And we living in this Ezekiel 37 prophecy right now. He's building up an exceeding great army, man. And that's why we talk and how we move in a certain degree, because we're enduring hardness as a good soldier of Hamashiach. This thing called life is not nothing to be fucked with, man. Because y'all niggas is out here, well, the most I put that spirit on you of a strong delusion. But the times that we coming into is of no games to be played with, man. We talking about mass death. You know? And if it wasn't for us, you know, being with the brethren, you know, watching the videos, staying meditated into the law, all right, a lot of niggas will be bugged out. Yo, oppression maketh the wise man mad, man. We know what's going on day in and day out. Amalek and the rest of the tribes of Edom, what they do every day to wake up to make sure that Jake going off, man. All right, what does the word devil mean in the Greek? False accuser. He's consistently in the spirit. Oh, look what your chosen people are doing. They eating this and they celebrating these pagan holidays that we push, and they doing these homosexual acts, and they living in a land of mirth and not in the land of You see what I'm saying? And y'all, yo, but let's get into some scripts. And everyone, you want to bring it out. You see what I'm saying? And then we let the spirit flow from there. But, you know, we goddamn tired of this goddamn place, because literally this place is damned by the power, because that's what God means anyway. Allah or Allahayim, power or powers, man. All right? And we trying to be, you know, in the spirit, eventually, you know, Yasha Allah, princes of the power, man. One who rules with God, with the Most High. He listening to the latest of Elder Malchama's video. All right, you can't have a heaven without the tabernacle of David, man. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to be part of that governing body. They're going to be the ones when these other heathen nations go off, and we're going to probably go by twos, because really you could do it by one with the spiritual power, but just might bring a spectator like, yo, Maccabee, come with me. Elam over there acting crazy. You got hearing of a rumor, you know what I'm saying, that a man is having sex with his daughter, and you know, some shit like that, and we going over to enforce the law, man.
Right. To go regulate.
You see what I'm saying? In the
regulators of the whole universe, man.
Straight up.
Of the entire world, so to speak, and then some in the coming time. But you know, just to touch on kind of you said, like how, you know, we're not the same. We're not like these other people, man. You know, this place vexes us. Spending long amounts of time in Babylon, knowing the truth, make you go crazy if you got to find that balance. But let's have a step to kind of go with you. It was John 3. We start at 5, and then read your house. I answer, verily, 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 I say unto thee, except be a man born of water and of spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven. All right, we were just watching, like you said, Elder Malcolm's video, and it was speaking about that baptism coming back into the baptism of spirit, so to speak, that washing through the water, you know, not the physical, but the spirit. That's right. All right. Salakia, that which is born of flesh and that which is born, Salakia, of spirit is spirit. Marvel not that I say unto ye, ye must be born again, all right? Born again through the spirit, all right? And you have to be an Israelite. You can't just, you know, decide, wake up and you an Israelite. You wake up and just say, oh, you know, I'm a born again Christian, you know, the kingdom belongs to me. It doesn't work that way.
That's right, man. All right. You know, and this is Ephesians 5, starting at verse 26, that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. 27, that he might present it to himself a glorious church, not having spot or wrinkle or any such thing, but that it should be holy and without blemish. All right? So when you come into the truth, all right, the spirit not knowing where it comes from, why? Because you were predestined, right, to come into the truth. Before, just like Jeremiah, he was predestined to be a prophet before he even was conceived in the womb, man.
What is it? Roughly paraphrasing, before ye exited the womb, or so to speak, I knew thee.
Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, all right, and that's how Yahweh Shai was the perfect sacrifice, right? Because according to the law, right, there had to be a lamb without blemish, right? Without spot, without wrinkle. And we supposed to be like him, man. All right? So when it goes on to say that's what that washing of the water, boom, we come into the truth because it was not us that chose him, but he that chose us, as it says in the book of John, right? The Gospel of John, all right? And then as we start to read the word, studying to show ourselves approved, a workman rightly dividing the word of truth, needeth not to be ashamed, roughly paraphrasing, all right? That is what cleanses us, man. We read that law, and then that, which is our schoolmaster, right, which disciplines us, which cuts us in the spirit, Hebrews 4:12, right? For the word of God is sharper than any two-edged sword, right? All the Akim know that scripture. These are some of the pinnacle key scriptures of the milk when you first come into the truth, man. Hebrews 4:12, Hosea 4:6, right? For my people have been destroyed for lack of knowledge, right? So on and so forth, you know. Matthew 1:21, for she shall have a son, and ye shall name him Yahweh Shai, because we know the letter J was written in 1524 by a man, an Italian man named John Trissino, right, which is a Renaissance letter, which was just the extension of the letter I, right? And he shall save his people from their sins, right? You know, a big one, Revelation, 13, 9, and 10. For any who have the ear, let him hear. For they shall go into captivity, right?
There ain't no music in the world worth dying on.
You know, except for this song right here, this new song.
Right.
That's spiritual.
Yeah, that's
because we willing to die to sing this new song.
That's right.
You know, and we supposed to be on key, right?
How you had mentioned Hosea, you know, the problem with our people is Hosea 4 and 6, right? They straight lost because they don't adhere to any of the word, right? Let me get this real quick. This is just to pick land back. It's Matthew 13 and 19, and it reads, when anyone heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not, then cometh the wicked one, and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is Salakia. This is he which receiveth seed by the wayside, all right? But the receive the seed into the stony place, and the same he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth it. So basically, man, all right, when this word goes out, our people and many people, the heathen, this, that, the next, they don't get it, man. You know, and then there's always a bystander that's doing some snickering that pulls them aside. It's like, you know, let me tell you about the Christ. You know, let me tell you about the word of, you know, this or that.
Right.
And our people go along with it. They go drink the Kool-Aid, man.
Trying to get them basically that, I call it like that NyQuil, to put you right back to sleep.
Right.
You woke up to the truth. You're not fully rooted, and then somebody come along, oh, well, he's here to save for everybody, and he loves you, and da-da-da, you know, that Jesus, that lullaby, Jesus lullaby spirit, you know? You know what I'm saying?
I got a set for you, too.
Bring it out, Al.
Just to land back off of what you both were saying, this is Job 12 and 16. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. You know? So the Most High, man, for those of you that ain't getting it and are destroyed for your lack of knowledge, it's all the Most High is doing. It's all the Most High's will, pursuing the Proverbs 21. The heart of the kings is in the hand of the Most High, man.
That's right, man. And we know that the Most High made us a nation of kings and priests, man.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? And a king's desire, all right, should be to rule, man. All right? The etymology of king is king and dom. Dom being the root word of domicile. He has things in subjection unto him. All right?
Dominion,
yeah. Same root word of dom. Goes back to the Latin, if I'm not mistaken. All right? So, because when you understand your true worth, what does it say in Ecclesiastes? For I've seen servants upon horses and princes walking the earth, man. What is that, 9:9, if I'm not mistaken, Salaki, if I'm wrong. You know? But the main point is that when you come into the fact that you understand the true lineage of being of a chosen people, and you at the bottom, at the tail, under the curses of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, you are fucking irritated, man. I'm not supposed to be under these base men, you know?
Right.
I'm not supposed to be living like this. I'm supposed to be living like a king, man. Right. And we over here having to go through patience, which is synonymous with long suffering, man. We are suffering for a long period of time.
Like that second part of the Matthew 13 I was reading, so I got to cut you off, but it basically says, man, you know, he that receiveth the seed into stony places, the same is to hear the word and the now the joy that receive it. So among all that mirth, so to speak, and down, you know, in the drudges where we're at, you know, there's those of us, the small portion of us, that hear the word and adhere to it, right? And we follow the laws and the statutes to the best of our ability to try and get out of here, to get that incorruptible crown, to be washed clean, you know. Whereas you got the other portion of our people doing the total opposite.
But see, the Most High set it up that way because if it was up to us, we would have been likened unto Sodom and Gomorrah. Not being like we're going to be a nation full of moles, but the fact that we'd have been fully destroyed like that city, man. So he always saved a remnant, all right, of Israel, all right, a peace, all right, that was always going to have loyalty to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man, all right. And he really did it to show us. Remember, God has to know both good and evil, man. And we have 2/3 of our people, all they know is evil. They don't know the good. Why? Because they don't go into the word. They consistently leaning upon their own understandings. And it's like they're hardwired. You see what I'm saying? Like when you really get down into it, you could be hitting them with scripture, right? But they still don't hit you with scripture back because they don't know the scripture. And neither do they want to dwell into the scripture. However, they'll go into these temples made with hands where the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua did not dwell, according to Saint Stephen, all right, in Acts chapter 7, right? And try to get them little 1-2 verses, you know, really a comedic show, you know, and then want to claim like as if they know the Most High. But see, a lot of y'all going to be caught on the wrong end of the stick, and it ain't going to be that stick that the Most High, the angel told Ezekiel, bring ye 2 sticks to make 1 stick. You know, for one being of Judah and his companions, and other for Ephraim and his companions. You ain't going to be part of that stick. You see what I'm saying? That coming together of his chosen people, because all Israel ain't Israel. You know, even though your nationality goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all right, are you going to be saved like one of the seed of Abraham? You're going to be destroyed with the rest of these nations, because even though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, man. That's right. Consistently envying thou oppressor, man. Trusting our enemy, going completely opposite to the word of the Most High.
And why would you want to follow after the Edomites, man? You know what I'm saying? Or just the other heathen in general, but mostly Esau, man. Why would you want to follow after him? For the Lord has one judgment for Esau, man. Romans 9:13, you know, for as it's written, Jacob have I loved and Esau have I hated. You know, in no place anywhere in the scripture does the Lord express an admiration or a love for the other nations, but especially not Esau, man. All right?
Well, you know, 2/3 of our people, Salakia Elder, they got Stockholm Syndrome, man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They've been abused and beaten so much that they have literally fallen in love with their oppressor, man.
Right. Because you'll have Jake women, I mean, they'll motherfuck the white woman up and down, you know, the she-devil show up, motherfuck her up and down all day, hate on Becky with the good hair, all of that, but then go and dye her hair, you know, beach blonde. And then, you know, go and put blue contacts in and think that she's sexy now. You know, now she's sexy. Like,
yeah, and you bring up the fact that, you know, sis, you'll even come to her respectfully first. Yo, sis, you know that blonde hair wig that you rocking is leprous, right? That's unclean. You know what I mean? Because in the truth, we know if we're dealing with or seeing a woman coming up to us, however the scenario goes, and she got a blonde wig on, or dyed her hair blonde, she really unclean, man.
Yeah.
According to the scripture, man.
Okay.
You know, and we know she bugged out in the head. And really, all of these women is bugged out to a certain degree. If you go to Job, Salakia, how he is deprived of wisdom and understanding. You see what I'm saying? The Most High set up things decently and in order. And the order is Yahweh Shai, the elect men of Israel, then everybody else, which is women, then children, so on and so forth. Other heathen nations, Esau, you know?
For a short time.
Yeah, for, you know, right. Before you get out Obadiah 1:18.
Yeah, man. but even Esau, Edom's reign is still being provocated through the Most High, man. All right, he's the whipping stick, so to speak. That scepter that the scripture speaks of, I believe, that's been broken in Ezekiel.
The hammer of the whole earth. Huh?
The scepter, the staff. All right, that represents power, man. Edom's power is broken. You know, look around. It's been broken for a while now, but now it's really starting to show. You know what I'm saying?
I got the quick precept.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah chapter 14, verse 5. Yahweh hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
There it is. And that because of that happening, well, that's why you at this like what the brother was originally speaking of. The whole point is people in Babylon, especially the 2/3, all right, are completely unprepared for what's coming. All right, so those of you who are going to be included with the 1/3, because you know a lot of brothers believe the elected seal, so to speak. But those of you that are going to be friends of the prophets or be saved through faith, you gotta come. You gotta wake up, man. You gotta get with it. There ain't no more time left to be bullshitting. You got some more, bro?
Yeah, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 48, verse 17. All ye that are about him, bemoan him. Right? That him is really talking about Esau, Edom ruling in Babylon the Great. Because we're going to be Salakia. That's not talking about Esau, Edom. Let me get to this word bemoan real quick. Salakia.
I got a set while you look for that up.
Go ahead, bro. Bring that up.
This is Jeremiah 50 and 23. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? Verse 24, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Lord.
So go ahead, brother. You want to break it down?
Yeah, that's going into, the destruction of Esau, Edom, man. And it's talking about how is Esau cut asunder. And it's because the Most High has laid a snare for him, man. Those same thermonuclear missiles that were created here are going to be used for his own destruction, man. And this is also a taunting proverb against him, man. So why would you trust in a place that the Most High has already set forth to be destroyed, man? That don't make no sense, man.
Right. So Salakia, that Jeremiah precept is not the precept I was trying to bring out. It was the book of Isaiah, chapter 36, verse 6. Lo, thou trustest in the staff of the broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. that's Salakia. Like in a way, it's talking about that charagma, man. You know what I'm saying? It goes on to say, so is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him. So you consistently going, we know that this place, Babylon the Great, is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Okay? Those people, 2/3, since we're talking about the 2/3 of Jake right now, all right, they're going to be going unto Egypt, which is Babylon the Great, which is this system, you see what I'm saying? And trust in them that what they're giving them, that support, right, that rod that they lean upon, all right, that is going to help them, but it's going to pierce them in their hand. And that's, from what Izara watching GMS saw out there, the GMS camp out in Tampa, how they was, breaking it down into the charagma and then to the karax, which goes into palisade or stake, right, which is a piercing in the skin, So that same word pierce, all right, understanding that those that take that chip is those that trust in the system, man. You take the MOTB is because you have no faith that Yahweh is going to feed you, all right? Because you have to go and buy and sell using this device, all right, which is connected, is a biodigital currency subdermal implant, the digital all right, that Elder Apostle Tahar came out with. You see what I'm saying? That literally shows Yahweh, all right, that you love your master and you want to be under his servitude forever. All right. That's why he used that word all, because when you actually go into it in the law in the book of Leviticus, all right, after your 6 years, you're supposed to be let go on that 7th Shabbat year.
Yeah,
right?
Year of Jubilee.
The year of Jubilee. Right? And what's the name? After that, if you love it how your master treated you, you will go up to your master and oh, I love how you was, let me stay with you. And the master shall take a awl and bore his ear out, You see what I'm saying? As a physical imprintation, just like how the slave masters used to take the branding, just like how dumbass Jake, the Greeks, in these fraternities, these lesser secret societies, and brand Omega or brand, whatever, symbols, on you and shit, just to show that you're part of that society forever, man. It's spiritual, okay? And for you carnal people, Jake out there, all right, you're not gonna understand it because the Most High don't want you to understand it. See what I'm saying? Period, point blank. You're gonna have to come through in the second trip so you can be in your mind, all right? Grow up as a child, all right, with that new body, all right, that can't go off, with the Lord downloaded, into your inward parts, all right?
Yep. Some of these niggas, they just need death, man. It's the best you can do for them. Because they got that mentality. Salaki, I got a septic kind of land back, but it's that concept, man. When Jake has them just go to Egypt mentality here. Exodus 14 and 12. It's not this the word that we did tell thee in Egypt, saying, let us alone, that we may serve the Egyptians, for it had been better for us to serve the Egyptians than we would to die in the wilderness. And that's that same spirit, man. That same spirit is in these niggas today. Where they back then they was complaining about having to leave Egypt. We'd rather be there with Pharaoh eating chicken and watermelon than have to be out here getting the manna. Man, that's why the 2/3 of Israel have to die. All right.
And that's wicked as hell, man. They literally got to see manna fall from heaven, man, and that still wasn't enough for them to know that the Most High was on their side, man.
Man, this is after they had left Egypt. They
walked through the Red Sea.
You know what I'm saying?
They saw all the plagues. They saw all the firstborn in Egypt die. You know what I'm saying?
They saw
and it still wasn't enough, man.
And got to the desert and started talking shit.
That's why he said we are stiff-necked, hard-headed.
And then he goes in Isaiah, why should I be stricken anymore? Niggas ain't gonna get it, man.
No, that's why you just, 2/3 of Israel has to be gathered up and cleansed, man. Whether it be,
through the sword, famine, or fire.
Right.
And we serve a jealous power, man. And it's ironic that those same 2/3 are gonna be taken out by Pharaoh, by Esau Edom, man.
What's that script? The judgment starts in the house of
Hey, Shalom, Elder Malcolm, and Shalom, John.
Shalom Zakwan. This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Heavenly Father. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
So there you go. What's going to be the end all be all for the 2/3 and the heathen?
Yeah. Because it was just about to say too, because remember, the law wasn't given, like Apostle Ramla brought out today, wasn't given to the other nations. So they don't have a commandment to obey the gospel. So that Israel is those that really know that they are Israelite.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying?
They never made a covenant with the Most High.
Right. And it ain't about just knowing your nationality, man. This thing, see, the simplicity that is in Hamashiach, man. You go out, you learn the gospel, and then you go teach it in its correct doctrine, man. That correct frequency, vibration, and sound. That song was given through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to the elders of Great Millstone on down, man. You know what I'm saying? Being able to fully divide the word of truth, man. All right? Things that certain people just can't understand. Like, Cornelius was an Israelite. This so-called rape doctrine, right? Edomites can be saved. All of these type of things, you see what I'm saying, that people, seem to just go off on, understanding the difference between the, what was it in Romans 11, the grafting in, right? Of the wild olive tree, Israelite foreigners, right? So on and so forth. So, we say the water, Abba, for giving us this true understanding. And because of that, that's What kind of jet is that? You seen it? He's seen it.
That's an F-16. It's gotta be. There's another one. Look.
Yeah.
That's an F-16.
Matter of fact, and we're gonna bring that out because I
Look like
just
an
got
F-18.
F-18 thing.
Well, no, the brother's right. I saw there's something coming up on the tail. He's right.
Like a 16.
It's
Yeah.
a 16. Because they got Peterson Air Force Base right here in town.
If you want to show them,
Damn, there goes another one.
yeah. So look,
And going in those hypersonic missiles, that's what it sounds like when the sound barrier break. That it looks like a bird if y'all can see it from distance.
Oh, them things they sound like.
But you can hear them. I know they can hear them on the live.
When they go over the top of you, when they go over the top of your crib or something, it sounds like thunder is striking, like a thunder, like you just gotta like damn. They used to not do that over residential areas.
Hey, when Ishmael hear that, the shooting stop.
Oh yeah. No,
They going in the tunnels. They dropping shit. They dipping out, man.
Yeah. I got a quick precept on that in the spirit
because just terrifying.
Yeah, just like
that's a terrifying sound.
Just like Maccabee said, they go a third one, right? This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Right. So 2 world wars have passed, man. And I'm just you saying that in the spirit, that 3 war planes, jets, 5 F-16s, we just seen in array, because what's going on now, as Apostle Tahar would say, keep your eyes on the Levant, man, the Middle East, all right? You got the U.S. sending arms unto the 48ers, the small hats, all right? And you got the Medes, Gog and Magog, these Russians, bringing arms to the border of Ukraine, all right? Amalek just did a simulation on a strike to Iran. Iran being ancient Persia, right? And Iran just responded to them coming out with the rumors of drills that they're doing, all right? So, and we know that there's one major prophecy that's got to come before the missiles start really dropping, all right, which is Rev 13:16, right? So we just know it. All of this is happening in the Middle East. This chip is it's here, but to the point where they pushing it, it's right around the corner, man. All right, and all hell, Jacob's trouble about to break loose. All right, which is a trouble for you, Jake. All right, you know what I'm saying?
That wicked potato chip.
You know. So we coming into some serious ass times, and we got to be in a courageous spirit, man. Believe that the Most High is working with us, and He's going to save us in that time, even though we don't deserve it, man. Unprofitable service. We're just doing what we committed to do, man. You see what I'm saying?
And the Ox Zebulon warrior said he could hear it, and through the spirit, he made me think. You don't always hear them when they're doing their training out here in the springs, so they're getting used to flying at that sound barrier right now for a reason.
They've been doing from what I got a buddy in the Air Force.
Con.
And I asked him about that. Like, what's the deal with because when we was kids growing up here, you would hear them, but it was generally like if you was way out on 25, or if you was way out east, you would hear them because they would go way out that way where nobody really was.
Out past Shreveport and whatnot.
Right out past Shreveport to do all their training out east where they wasn't really bothering nobody. But as the city's grown and become larger, like Colorado Springs from the air now looks like almost a major city because it's stretched way out. So for a brief, time, it's got it looks like a bunch of suburban neighborhoods, so to speak. But he said that they do that because it looks a lot like, the urban warfare that they would be used to that they could do it easily to simulate like a live action urban environment.
That's the spirit, because why they fly by camp?
Yeah.
Why they wait till now?
They do it they've been doing it for several years now, but it's still a new thing. Like ever since Jade Helm, that's been a norm. And they normalized that during Jade Helm, and it's been a norm since. They do that. They do that all year. Every year, the F-16s fly all over. It used to just be the big old C-30s.
Because you hear it when they take off.
Yeah, you can hear them. But now they be in the air all week long. They do that.
That's the spirit. Last night it was like 11:30. I'm out in the country. You know what I'm saying? I see like a chemtrail line. They flying at
I
night.
saw that too.
You saw it
I
too?
saw that chemtrail in the
And there
middle
was
of
one
the
by
night.
the moon.
Yep. Because I was actually, that's what I was doing. I was looking up at the moon because I was walking back inside and I was looking up at the moon and you could see it, just this long chemtrail that was running along. And I was like, them bastards, they hitting this at night. You can see it now though. They done chem the sky. They did this all this morning. So
That's right, man. And to bring that, since we talk about these chemtrails, all right, I remember back in 2015, all right, I learned that the majority of elements or chemicals, should I say, in this, you know, long-lasting cloud that they, you know, trail
right.
is barium and aluminum,
Barium
Metals.
and aluminum.
right?
Which is why all these trees
and
are dying and
and
shit.
barium on the periodic table of elements is Ba and aluminum is Al. You put that together, it's Baal. You know what I mean?
He's a devil, bro.
Now, you know he the devil.
You saw he's a devil.
Now, when
Straight
we get into it, right? Damn, it's on my phone. It's in the photos. But there is nanotechnology supposedly in these chemtrails. All right? To a point where we're breathing things in, we're doing all of this, all of that, right? And it's kind of like a sheet that when you're able to use infrared type of technology, you can like see the whole city on a computer. And you know, them simulation, it'll be like blue and yellow and red, them type of colors or whatever.
Like the back computer. When you like pull up when Batman pulls up his back computer, it gives him like a 3D image.
Exactly, the
of the
3D
city.
image. So he sends out a wave that connects to all of these nanotechnology particles that sends back a reception of information, so that they can have an all-seeing eye, basically on, you know, the schematics, you know,
Well,
of
even their drone program.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They'll be watching Marines, Army grunts, just fighting. You know, like pointing out
the enemies.
Point out the Thank you. Yeah, pointing out the enemies, man.
I mean, they use that
because he wants to be God, man.
Brothers play like the game Ghost Recon.
Con.
The whole point of Ghost Recon, for the most part, when the game first came out, it was set like the game first came out like in 2003. It was set in like 2012, but the warfare they would use, they would throw up this drone in the air, get like a full 360 of the battlefield, where the enemies were, and then how to proceed moving forward. They use that. But if they get it to where this brother was just mentioning, and they can attach that with the you know, the MOTB or the whatever they're saying in that Hydra implant, this and that.
I don't know if you remember that video I showed you about the fly that was actually a nano drone.
Yeah.
And I've seen videos where they've tested it with like presidents and shit. Remember when Obama smacked one of them and it hit the ground and they was mad and they cut off the feed because it actually it was on one of some people have to see it like on some conspiracy shit, but the same reason how them flies, they can make like, they basically little cameras, you know what I'm saying? And they like some president was speaking. I don't know if it was, you know, Jim Crow, Sleepy Creepy Joe, or Donald, you know, Eagle Face Trump, and they was talking. You know what I'm saying? And they let it come all the way onto the. Somebody was controlling it to get onto the shoulder. You see what I'm saying? And people's like, "Yo, he got this," and the fly stood there for like 3 minutes, and he's moving, talking, and it was a fake fly.
No, it was that was Mike Pence. That was Mike Pence, and it was in his head.
Yeah, on top of his head, right?
In his hair.
Yeah,
and he got white hair, so it was like standing out.
Yeah, so they were saying that was actually like a psyop and an experiment test of you know them type of flies and shit,
right,
you know, all that type of shit. Because they got the same thing with mosquitoes.
Because it would, it would make sense if all of that technology is bound together. It would make sense for them to go forward with that, because what they want to do with all those injections and this and that and the next that they've been doing, it all. I was talking to someone who was basically saying like they want to be able to watch generally like everything and be able to see like right away, you don't have like how we were talking about the movie with how they had the ops on their face where they could like see the if a person had like a host in them, so to speak, if they were alien. Well, they'll have a system that works that way.
The fifth wave.
Right, the fifth wave. They want that type of technology, but they want to use it for the unsauced. If you unsauced, they'll be able to tell right away. They perceive you as a threat.
You won't be emitting a frequency.
Right. And then if you choose to do this, say you're just a regular Joe, you're all sauced up, you follow all the rules, but you do something you shouldn't, and you got a weapon in your pocket, they'll be able to know right off the bat. Yeah. Like, you walk in, and they're going to pitch it. I'm sure they'll pitch it in a way where it'll be like, oh, we'll be able to enjoy movie theaters again. You'll never have to worry about someone shooting up a movie theater, or you'll never have to worry about, your kids getting shot up at school, because we'll be able to see, buddy, come in, everything that's in everybody's pockets when they come into a building.
And really, if you think about this nanotechnology, it's really for the men of the Lord. And that's why it's important to bring it out, because if it were at all possible, they'd be able to deceive the very elect, because, brothers is wise in the spirit to be looking out, in that day for drones, and, you're going to hear a tank, you're going to hear a jet, but you're going to look past the fly.
See, and this is a quick step. Isaiah 14:14, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So, one, we supposed to know the Lord, right? So by knowing the Lord, you really can, by knowing the Lord, you know his right-hand side and his left-hand side. If you know the left-hand side, you know how Satan's going to come. You're not going to be taking advantage of Satan's devices. You're not ignorant of them. Spirit. You see what I'm saying? So just like how we were saying, the Most High can see and know everything. You know everything you do, right? You can't do nothing in the dark and the Most High don't know it. This is the same type of power that Esau, Edom, Satan, the devil that the Bible speaks of, is trying to reach, coming in with this new world order, man.
So you got to watch these motherfucking planes too. They be putting cameras on the bottom of them.
Oh, I be flipping them off all night at work. I be putting the curse. Hey, I be seeing the Apaches. I be putting curses on them. Yeah. But it's spiritual. You said that, Ark, because we know what the Most High has control over all the animals and the creeping things of the earth, man. So what does Esau do? He makes robotic dogs and puts machine guns on them. Right. Nanotechnology. You know what I'm saying? No, he's trying to be the Most High.
Hell yeah.
And then still have the nerve to go on television and victimize themselves, man. Making it seem like, we got bad people in our neighborhoods, and this is just a good old, blah blah blah. We getting terrorized by these brown people, man. Y'all saw, you heard them jets, and that's the power of the people that are in the ruling class, man. And they go on television and want to.
We showed them on camera. They look like little birds from far away, and look how loud they were, man. That's though he cometh creeping, man. War was in his heart.
Straight up, man. And remember, it said that he seeketh a diligent search, man. You see what I'm saying? He wants to literally search out and be all-knowing, right? He want to know. And this is why this chip is so integral to the NWO, man. The social credit score, your medical information, your financial information. You see what I'm saying?
Your geological location.
That's
really the most important part, because that's Most High knows where everybody is. Like he says, though thou digging into hell, so this shall I find thee. Right. Esau wants to be able to do that same thing, man.
Yeah, now that's true. But I would say more so the financial, because it says buy and sell. You see what I'm saying? So they want to be able to, they know that traffic, which is that merchant being able to trade, that barter system using a vehicle of money, whatever the people deem to have value, which happens to be this fiat currency, FRS, that is what is going to be used basically to sustain your life, because, people obviously don't make, and even if you did have your own farm and had your own food, you still have to be able to interact with other people, because you can't do everything. You know what I mean? You might have the food while other people create the tools to grow the food. So you're going to trade, so you know what I mean? And I'm just using that. So we're trading with the conduit of these paper dollars, and you're going to be using that through, which is everybody thinks it's digital, but it's bio-digital. This is why they're coming out with that tech that changes your body, and then you can patent something that's artificial, man. You're not going to be you,
No.
So that's why they create, like, for instance, in the pharmakia, right? The witchcraft, the big pharma. right? They have drugs that is based upon natural Yahweh given roots and tonics, but then they chemically alter it so that they can patent it and make money off of it. You know? So let's say, like I want to say Advil or something, they got dandelion root or sarsaparilla and, so on and so forth.
Right.
But then they add this to it and they add that to it and they concoct this and this and then the third, and then they give it to you. And you could just take the basic thing that helps in general. And most of that they learn from Gad, they learn from Reuben, and they learn from Judah out there in in the shores of West Africa and all of that.
Right.
The so-called, shamans, witch doctors,
But then here in Babylon, you got comes out and they take all those properties, slam them into drugs that have terrible side effects, and sell them to you at a ridiculous price, man. Right? That's that. And then they put all kinds of pseudoscience facts behind it, as if they got all the answers, man. But that's you could go about all that a natural way, but they took all that away, man. So it goes to show you, man, Esau's the damn devil. Shalak, did you?
I wanted, because I put in the title of this time and judgment, because I was in the spirit, like I was saying to you earlier before camp, the RT right now, right, Russian Times. There's so much news that came out in like the last 8 hours per se. You see what I'm saying? That I wanted to bring up that quick script. And if any of y'all brothers want to bring up, coinciding scripts that have to do with either knowing the time, a certain time, or judgment, feel free to bring that up, right? So like right now, Kentucky, right, just got destroyed in the city of Maysville, Kentucky, right? They're saying now up to at least 100 people, it was at 70, all right, has been destroyed by a tornado, all right, a whirlwind, which it was the likes of a tornado that they have never seen before, right? And Kentucky is in tornado valley, all right? So this had to be a F5. And I think there's even past that scale now. I think there's F6 now. But when I was younger, it only went up to F5, So we talking about damn near 300 plus winds, mile per hour winds, man, right? And I brought up in the video that I made on my channel, my backup channel, that there was people in a candle producing factory that the building collapsed in on itself while they was working, right? And so brothers want to bring anything out on that, because imagine it's Yahweh when he do that mass killing of so-called natural disasters, which is really spiritual disasters, right? Because Isaiah 45:7, I the Lord, make peace.
I create war.
I create get cons. Roughly paraphrasing right now. I might bring it up.
I got a set for you. I'll back you up. This is Exodus 15:3, and it reads, Yahweh is a man of war, and Yahweh is his name. So
that's right.
That idea, man, like the brother was mentioning, that when you're talking about Yahweh, that it's like candy and gumdrops and rainbows and hugs. And
he's giving everybody a hug. He gonna pat Hitler on the back.
That's not Yahweh, man. Yahweh is a man of war, man.
And he's at war against the wicked, man. Anybody that's against him, man. So what sense does it make to be on the wrong side of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man? All right, if he's a man of war, right? His epitome, you see what I'm saying, is that warrior-like spirit. And that's how you know we made in the image of him, right? Because he's raising up an army, a spiritual, physical descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that walks in the spirit, that has that warrior spirit, man.
That's right. I got a set for you too, because the brother was trying to go into the judgment, right? And earlier this week, we had like about 40 earthquakes, or 40 or 400 or something like that, earthquakes out there in the northwest. Then these tornadoes. So this is Matthew chapter 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, which what you're seeing, and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places, man.
Yeah.
Going into those natural disasters.
That's right. And they said that they're you from Cali. How long people been scared of the big one, right?
You know, they had that one in '89.
That's what they wrote about. They said that Oregon with them 40 is going to cause, Lord willing,
the San Andreas.
To the San Andreas fault, man. They're scared that that's going to, domino effect to that West Coast, damn near severing off the mainland, son. You know what I mean? We coming. See,
I mean, they worry about.
Can I grab verse 8 real quick?
Because they just to land back on how that area. They're worried about that, and then also St. Helena going again, as well as the one in Wyoming, the super.
Forgot about that one.
And they still talking about La Palma off of Africa erupting and how it could cause a tsunami because the lava is moving at such a speed. And when you have something that hot touch something that cold, the water, all right, it causes a reaction. It's supposed to damn near come all the way, to the East Coast, Babylon.
Con.
We can get verse 8.
Verse 8 real quick. All these are the beginning of sorrows. So that's a measurement stick of the times, man.
In 2 Ezra chapter 9, measure the time thou diligently.
Con.
Right? All right, we're supposed to be diligent in a search. Searching what? These scriptures, right? Like the church of Berea, which was Israelites. Church goes back into the Greek, ecclesia, which means an assembly of Israelites. What do you think we doing right here? All right, we having live church.
Con.
All right.
And it ain't a hard time to be in the spirit. You got so many prophecies popping up. You really don't even got to look hard to make a video, man. I kid you not. Every week so far, this part of the year, you know what I'm saying? The brothers will post something and you already got a video to do, man. You know what I'm saying? So really, like, you got to measure the time diligently, man.
That's right, man.
You're supposed to, if you were on fire, you better put that shit on 9 or 10, whatever.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You're supposed to be boiling. You know what I mean? You're getting your tea ready. You feel me? You hear that.
Hey, you need to look at the houses in Kentucky, man.
Got kettle whistling
hey,
by the time we come back.
Whole neighborhoods just laid waste, man, in a night. So when the Most High say he gonna judge this place in an hour, y'all got to understand it's really gonna be a fucking hour, man.
When you see the aerial view of the pictures over that place, he made the cities completely desolate. And we're probably going to get into a couple of them precepts that the Akim posted.
Con. Elder Malcolm has said they mix petroleum-based medicine mixed with natural herbs so they can patent it. Yeah, that was it on that one.
Okay, Con. And see that? That's how you know Esau the goddamn devil, man.
And petroleum is gasoline.
Yeah. It's got. How many of us, Jake, right? How many of us grew up? On my mother's side, we call grandma abuela. That's my Zebulonite side. You see what I'm saying? Me abuela would constantly have the petroleum jelly, man. You put it in your hair, you put it on your lips when your lips crack, you put it on your face to moisturize your legs, everything. You feel me? Not knowing that over time, this fucking jelly that is made chemically from petroleum-based products is fucking giving you cancer, man. It's killing you over time, man. You could do the same thing with Vicks, body rub, got all type of pork enzymes and shit, man, on and on and on, man. This is why these devils is going to fucking rebuild, you see what I'm saying, this earth, because y'all were the ones that destroyed it, man.
Con.
Matter of fact, the elder brought out, Zaquan Malkamah brought out in one of his latest videos, Salaki, if I'm going off, elder, but in Thailand, right? He was saying that there was some type of company that was using, the resources out there, and it was destroying it. And I want to say there was a law, the government stopped them for a couple of years, and the reefs in the ocean actually started to rebuild itself because of what the people were doing to the ecosystem in that vicinity. So just imagine what the kingdom and the earth gonna be like when we actually allowing this place to rebuild itself. You see what I'm saying? The lands, the trees, the animals, the fruit, the food, the nuts and seeds. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna be to an immaculate sense, man. You see,
Con, that's the spirit, because you know it's the law that we are to give the land rest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After you farm it for a certain
Yeah.
amount of time,
The land should
you got to
rest.
move on to another pasture,
Con.
man.
And that's why Gad, you know, before Esau came over there, had this place still looking pretty good, man.
Con,
You know, the tribes would stay in a spot for about approximately 6 years,
con,
right? And then the whole camp would travel to a new spot, you know? And that's how, you know, the northern kingdom, the 10 tribes, after coming through Shalmaneser the fourth, the Syrian king, or was it Sennacherib? I think it might have been, it was Shalmaneser, Salakia. Trying to understand the history. Back in Second Esdras, you know, and they started in South America and then eventually went into the Caribbean islands, Central America, and North America by keeping them Shabbats, man. Them land Shabbats, man.
con,
You know? So, you know, and that's a beautiful place too. The Amazon out there, you know, like a rainforest is actually different than a jungle, you know?
con,
When you're going into the categories, you know, you got your tundra, subtropics, tropics, right? Grassland, so on and so forth.
wetlands.
You know, wetlands, swamps, right? Wetlands, you know. So this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, Yahweh Ratazah, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment.
Con,
And how do you become wise? The beginning of knowledge, you know, applying the knowledge of wisdom, is to fear the Lord, man.
con, that's right.
You know? So by us fearing the Lord, we're occupied in the prophecies, like it says in Sirach, right? So we are be able to discern. Discern means what? Right? To differentiate, right? Matter of fact, if one wants to, you could bring up the etymology of discern, because what's coming to me is the word die, and die means either be to separate or two, right? But we're discerning not only just time, what times we in. Oh, we in the last day. You know, your wacky tacky Christians. Oh, well, they've been saying, you know, Jesus been gonna come back forever now. Well, see, I don't know. Why? So discern in the etymology. Etymology means the study of the origin of words. To perceive or recognize the difference or distinction between two or more things. Right. That's where that die comes. Also, distinguish an object with the eyes. Woo! With the eyes. If you have, yo, you know what I'm saying?
That reminds me of that precept. You know, many great kings and prophets and so on, you know, have desired to see the things that we see, man.
Or to perceive or to recognize
Huh.
the times that you, right? See distinctly, behold, perceive rationally, understand. Late 14th century from Old French, discerner, distinguish, separate by sifting. And directly from Latin, discernere, to separate, set apart, divide, distribute, distinguish, perceive. From this means off, away. And cernere, distinguish, separate. Right. So it literally means to separate or distinguish off or away, to distinguish away.
Going into that word away. Holy. Going into that word. So you're supposed to know the time to separate yourself, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I just wanted to bring this out because
you know what I mean?
I had to go. I went into the, into the compact district just to see if discernment was in here. But there's one mention of discernment, and it's discerning of spirits, right?
Woo!
And this is what it means.
Try the spirit.
It's the ability which the Holy Spirit gives some, it says Christians, but for lack of better knowledge.
Right, well, we know the true Christians are the Hebrews.
So we're going to say, are the Israelites, yeah. The ability which the Holy Spirit gives to some Hebrew Israelites to discern between...
Wait, it said to some?
To some.
Not all, right?
So not all Israelites have this ability, okay?
The elect
have to be given to you by the Holy Spirit. All right? to discern between those who speak by the Spirit of Yahweh and those who are moved by false spirits. And it gives an example in Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 12 and 10. But that's what the discernment is. Man.
It said 12 and 10?
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 12 and 10.
Right. To another, the working of miracles. To another, prophecy. To another, discerning of spirits.
These are the gifts of the Spirit, man.
Yeah. So, see, man, yo, the water, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And that compact Bible dictionary is essential.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know, you know,
very expensive either, at least for this copy.
You know, so right there, and we're discerning through the Spirit that this, you know, this place is covered with gross darkness on the people, man. But see, the Lord has written upon you see, devils, man.
Hey, Most High gonna fucking kill these motherfuckers, bro.
Oh, man.
Hey, and they don't discern what's going on over here, so you condemn yourself, man.
Well, they do. They discern that it's holy, righteous spirits over here, man.
Yep.
You know, and the demons had to just, you know, manifest themselves into this physical realm. You know, because there was nothing but Esau in there. The one in the back waving their hand in this bum ass 2002 Mustang. You see, that ain't going nowhere, making all this sound.
Don't even make them like that no more.
You know,
they don't make them
and they was looking at us from way over there, and as soon as they get right here, he want to press on the accelerator. All right, but the Most High gonna press the accelerator on your ass. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. With a swift judgment, man.
He gonna strike this place, man.
Give you the holy shoe shine, bro.
You think that's loud?
Go on you.
Imagine how loud a hypersonic missile is when it come and eat your ass up, man.
Right, man. All right, you know. And matter of fact, you see what I'm saying? Because I think the one in the passenger was looking me straight in the eye. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna claim him as a slave in the kingdom. He gonna do some real treacherous work. You see what I'm saying?
How about Shimon Shah for that, brother?
You know? You see what I'm saying? Because we out here, all we doing is reading the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? What to the point of the scoffing. You know why? You know, that's how you know it's spiritual, man. You know what I mean? We not dealing with you on no type of end. We're dealing really, you know, with the people, you know, on the unicorn on this internet. Anybody else that might come up and through sincerity and inquire of what we got going on. But other than that, you see what I'm saying? That's how you know it.
They ain't gonna stop this fishing of the elect, man.
Oh no. And he's gonna turn them fishes into hunters, man. You know? And yo, that spiritual power, man. When it comes, a lot of they gonna be afraid, man.
Yeah, all that scoffing is going to go.
Well, going back to the Corinthians, y'all just brought out, you know, that discernment is a spiritual power, man. You know, and the brother in I think Louisiana went into Ghostwriter and how he's able to like see all the sins you committed, you know what I'm saying, and judge you for it, man. So it's only going to amplify, you know, when Yahweh Shai come save his elect, man. Abaratazah, we could be those men, man.
We out here, man, doing what was bidden unto us, man, because we desire, we believe fully in the promises that good news, which is the gospel that Yahweh Shai spoke 2,000 years ago, which was really spoken in before that, because Yahweh Shai is all up and down the Torah and Tanakh, the law and the prophets, man. You know? So we believe he walked the earth. We believe he died for the sins of his people. We believe he rose up again in a glorified state. We believe that he descended the Holy Spirit to select men. We believe
that he came in the flesh.
That he's coming back, all right, to destroy this place and to receive those in the chariots that obeyed his word, man. I mean, we believe he's an austere man, you know.
Came through the loins of Joseph. No such thing as an immaculate conception, because how could he be the root of David, man?
You know? He's not just going to immediately out of nowhere take somebody's semen and come on, man.
So Salakia, if the Most High was doing that, what would be the point of mankind where he could just have women that he could impregnate and have true Israelites, man?
But that's how you know it's not a true studying of the script, man. You know, this is where is it? The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 2. It is better to go in the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting.
Con.
For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Verse 3. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning, but the heart of fools is in the house of mirth. All right? And when I watched one of the camps, this was probably a month ago, one of the Akim out there in New York was listening to the apostles, and he was like, you know, there's a spirit. These niggas is real mirthy out here, elder. And they was like, yeah, facts. You know, they real mirthy, man. It's nothing but joy and folly, man.
Bullshit and party.
You know, and you know, it's not like the Akim, you know, don't have a good time to balance, you know,
this hell, this captivity.
This captivity, because a false balance is an abomination into the Most High. However, we're not encompassed in it. You see what I'm saying? We're not occupied all day, every day in it. We're not meditating, you see, on it. We're meditating on these scriptures, man. You know? And we just so happen to have joy and linking up with the brothers. You see what I'm saying? Always doing what we doing first, you know, pushing out this word. And then with the brothers, you know, have some yan or whatever, watch a movie,
whatever
break it down,
whatever it may be.
You know that, because when you think about it, well, that's why it says, what is that? I'll probably bring it up, Zephaniah and Joel. Gather together, O people non-desired, nation not desired. You know, it's hard to be doing this thing by yourself. That's why the brothers, you know, honor the brotherhood, man. You're supposed to be constantly with saluting those that are in the faith, man. You know, bidding Godspeed to those of the same doctrine. You see what I'm saying? Because that was spirit. Remember when last camp with this, you know, bugged out Jake that came up, and I was like, you know, after he left and we were talking, and he was like, you know, we saluted him, we gave him peace. You know, I bid him Godspeed. I said, I didn't bid him Godspeed.
You didn't give him that Godspeed. Nobody
did. So notice, I went into the script later, and that Godspeed goes into only those that had the same doctrine, basically. So that was the spirit that was like, yo, don't bid him Godspeed. Yeah, show peace to him, but you only going to do a Yahweh Mahar to those that are in the you know, the true gospel, man, 100% true.
And really, that's law. You know what I mean? The Most High don't want you to, because you are a righteous man, and what is the prayers of a righteous man availeth much, man. You know.
Yeah. And I might do a little video on that, cut and paste that, and just show Ox like, yo, the way we got Jake so bugged out here, man. I'm not we, you know, but Jake is so bugged out here. You feel me? You know, I'm gonna deal with this for 30 seconds, you know. But you know, it's just like, how the hell can you not fully understand or comprehend or believe that Yahweh Shah did everything that was written of him, man? You know, like, you know, and that's why, you know, people really have a problem. And that's why there isn't no one antichrist. There are many antichrists.
Yeah.
People of that that against, right? Mashayat, anointed, you know, spirit, man. You know, there's going to be more false prophets amongst Israel than there's true prophets. You know?
Well, he was one of those wicked scribes and Pharisees that said that Yahweh Shai is not really the son of the Most High. And you know what I mean? He's not worthy of worship, man.
Right. So
he got to be slayed, man, in front of Yahweh Shai, man. Yeah. Before his very eyes, man.
That's the punishment. You're not going to follow your house shot and come over here where you can get slain.
And Jake is so crazy to me. You can't even take over Esau, but you want to go against the Most High and his only begotten son? Like, that's how gone Jake is now?
That's damn near blaspheming the spirit.
So
it is.
So all the way back at the beginning of camp, you was mentioning, you know, more or less that, you know, wisdom obviously makes a man mad in this place. You know, to you know, just roughly paraphrase. But you know, going through it, it's something we just have to endure to get to the kingdom. But I just got a couple steps real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 1, and I'm going to start at 17, all right? And it reads, "And I gave my heart to know wisdom, And to know madness and folly I perceive, that also is a vexation of spirit. For in much wisdom is grief, and he that increaseth in knowledge increaseth in sorrow. All right. So this is a gift. It's a gift and a curse, so to speak. Obviously, it's a greater gift than we could ever imagine in the long run. If you stay the course and stay, devout and driven, and you do the things that Yahweh's asked of us to do. But if you veer off of that path, man, and you go to you know what you know, and it's just nothing left but darkness and sorrow, man. So it's like we always kind of equate it to being like in the mob. Like once you in and you know these things, like if you would have
blood in, blood out.
Go, yeah, man.
It's simply put, Salakia, elder.
No,
Salakia,
but what I'm getting at, man, is that like the gift that we get, it's not for everybody, man. It's most definitely not for everybody. It's not for the 2/3. It's not for the coons. Okay, it's not for the weak of heart. It's not for brothers who are not willing to endure this. When you take on your cross, so to speak, and start this journey, you don't necessarily know what you're doing, but man, it weighs on you. It weighs on you.
Heavier.
Well, just like
you remind me of Salakia. That reminds me of Spider-Man and that conversation he had with his uncle, man.
With great power comes great responsibility. Yeah,
right.
And it does.
And that's why he had to wait. Yahweh had to wait to give us this true spiritual power, these new bodies, because we had to prove ourselves under his grace, man. That's why we're doing what we're doing. And notice how I said, what was it, grief? If you could just read that small little part. I just want to break that
down. It was Ecclesiastes 1:18, and it reads, "For in much wisdom is much grief."
So, in much wisdom is much grief. You know how, let's say, as a little kid, right? He had a dog, the dog died, right? You try to play with the kid because the kids usually play for the mother or something like that. Hey, little Johnny, he's grieving right now. Grieving always have to be, is always synonymous with death, man. So the wiser we get by understanding how Yahweh operates, we understand that through him come the issues of death, as it says in the book of Psalms. All right? So we know, just like Jeremiah, what they call him, the lamenting prophet, the mourning prophet, right? We literally see through the spirit 2/3 of our people dead. A majority of the heathen nations dead. Esau being completely eradicated after 1,000 years, dead. You see what I'm saying? Like, so that, and really not knowing if we gonna die or not too,
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why Second Esdras, Ezra, a plethora, a surplus of prophets. Woe is me, woe is me. How should I be able to stand in that day? They had the wisdom through the being given these type of visions through the Most High, right? That so much death is coming upon the earth and them that dwell therein, that am I going to be able to live through that? Right. You see what I'm saying?
Well, they counted themselves not worthy. That reminds me of watching the Eternals. I don't know if you brothers have seen it, but there's a scene where the Eternals figure out that the Celestials that they serve, they create life, and some of the life they create just to destroy it, man. So how much more a man of the Lord, a prophet of old, being in fear, how much more fear should we be in, man?
That whole idea of him being the potter, you know what I'm saying?
I was just about to bring that up. He created vessels for destruction, so he created things to be destroyed. And how is that a hard thing to conceive mentally, man? Oh, God wouldn't do that. Why wouldn't he? He said it in his word.
Everybody I know has lost a relative. You see somebody die, you know what I'm saying?
First, that's the problem with first the weaker vessel, the woman, because that's her spirit.
That is an effeminate spirit.
And that spirit extends out to all you simp niggas who want to follow behind the woman, and she decides what you wear and what your religion is, and
who you can hang out with.
Yeah, that's the problem with that shit there.
But like Apostle Gabar be saying, before you become a man of the Lord, you got to be a man. A lot of us
That's
are raised
right.
by single mothers and by women and grandmas and aunties and shit, all your girl cousins, because you had all types of men that was either not in the house or in jail or dead or whatever it may be. And then when you come into this thing, man, you literally got to put off that effeminate spirit. I remember for the first time reading in Corinthians, don't you know not that these, and it goes into it, shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High?
That's the
And
spirit.
abusers of selves and effeminate. I'm like, yo, you can't have this little crybaby, emotional. Yo, the Most High looking for men.
Right? Because some little niggas grow up, let's be real. Because, we, my generation, so to speak, was like the beginning of that. And now these little monsters today, they grow up and a lot of these kids don't deserve anything but death, man.
Yeah, well they've never lived in fear of anything.
Yeah, they ain't never been,
It's funny the brother said that because I was raised by my granddad, man, and he was an old school austere Jake, man. And I used to be so scared, bro. I would just try to do as right as I could, man. Like,
right. So
if I knew my grades was low, I would go talk to my teacher, man, because I already knew what was coming, man.
Right.
But a lot of little nigga kids, they got fucking a Tatiana ass mama who don't give a fuck about what they doing, man.
Who supports their bullshit behavior 9 times out of 10.
But boy, grades used to come out, I used to be in fear, man. So how much more should you fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man?
So it's calm, brother, calm.
Who can not just kill you, but kill the soul.
Man, straight take the air out your lungs.
So I used to think my grandpa would kill my ass, boy.
Yeah, I used to think my grandpa was gonna kill me too.
I didn't have a female over till after high school, man.
It was plenty times.
Straight up, I'm being real with the Akim.
He said, Grandpa was in the crib ready to throw it down.
But he was austere, man. But it was out of love, man. I had some great conversations with that man. And just to edify what the brother was saying, Salakia.
Nah, I guess it's all good. I got another step. It's Proverbs 16, and I'm gonna start at 16. Proverbs 16 and 16, and it reads, how much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather than chosen silver? All right.
Proverbs is probably one of the things that most people have read but didn't get the true breakdown.
No, they didn't.
When you come into the truth, what came out with nothing. When you come into the truth, me personally, reading these type of things, you hit on a whole different understanding, man. What sense does it make to put all my energy and effort to be this young professional black man with all of this type of shit, but letting go the true riches, which is the wisdom of the scriptures, man.
Right. Which is what you have to do. If you want to make it in Babylon, you got to abandon all thoughts of actual wisdom, understanding, truth. Any idea of your heritage. If you want to be a successful black man, that's what you have. That's what you have to be. You have to be a USDA nigga.
Nah, real talk. Package
government approved.
Bro, with a shaved, bald face. You know what I'm saying? Preferably cut and tamed hair.
Lined up to a T.
Right. Crispy ass Ray Lewis drawn on line.
I was just going to say this too, though, because it's like, to a certain degree, for some reason, Jake got a problem with just getting a simple, measly little job and coming out and do the work, right? Now, there's nothing wrong. There's a lot of brothers that's entrepreneurs to a certain degree, this and that and the third, but they still doing the work, all right? So to me, that just seems like niggas just don't want to do the work, man.
No.
You Israel, right? You using the excuse, because Jake be feeling like they tired of struggling. You know what I mean? Like but it's
a feminist spirit. What the Most High say? Arise and depart, for this is not your rest.
These niggas, though, that they want to be
comfortable.
Let's be honest. Yeah, they want to be comfortable. So if you don't necessarily go the crispy Ray Lewis suit and tie, show up to work every day with a bald face and do what Esau tell you to do. If you don't go that route, the other route is to go all the way wicked, which niggas do on top of that. So they either go, they just dive into drugs, or they selling drugs, or they move into drugs. Because Jake got a taste for the finer things. You know,
or hitting licks,
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah,
whatever.
brothers like to wear gold, and there's only a couple ways you can. You know, if you do a modest job gig, you might have some.
Get a little, you know, son. But
and it might be fake from Walmart. You never know.
Right.
But that's the thing. Jake will go all the way left to have 16 Walmart chains instead of one real one. You know what I'm saying? And have grill and do all of this. And not that there's anything wrong with getting flashy, but I'm saying the manner of wanting it so bad that you'll go sell a pound of cocaine. Yeah. You're tripping.
But
you're tripping.
But what's the script? If somebody could pull it up, Jeshurun has waxed fat. You know? And,
you got it, bro.
And we go get back to this Proverbs. You know what I'm saying? But listen, we're gonna boast in the King. You know how much gemstones we gonna have on our neck. You know what I mean?
The finest
gold. So yeah, I like to this and that and the third. I try not to go because I don't want to be too much engulfed in that. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. You see what I'm saying? It's just the fact of the matter that if all you want to do, I gotta get this new VVS, that shit 20 bands for this and that and the third.
What you mean?
But okay. So are you gonna come out here and teach with me? Well, see, I don't think the way, in the garments and I don't know if that's the Pharisee spirit. Yeah, see, you just making up excuses now. You can get your little fly on, all right, but just do the work, man. Like the most I'm gonna be just like with the gangs and shit, not to be on the worldly, like niggas will be like, man, I ain't never heard of your name, man. Keep banging. Yo, y'all niggas don't never be outside. I ain't never seen you, right? The most I'm gonna come back in the spirit. Like, yo, where was you at on that highway, nigga? I ain't never seen you, son. You wasn't outside, son. You know what I mean?
Where your grandma stayed, bro?
You know what I mean?
You can't be around here.
You was in the crib. You ain't jump off the porch, B.
Who you know over here, man?
Yeah.
Who you know over here, man?
You see what I'm
Where
saying?
your big homie
So
at,
just like earlier,
who could vouch for you?
That was the spirit before Kent. Matter of fact, y'all might have even heard it because I started Kent. A young Jake was like, yo, a sister told me that y'all be out here. Y'all out here all the time. So Colorado Springs has no excuse to the true doctrine of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. We out here every weekend pushing this truth, man.
Because I'm trying to think
and all the way up the freeway.
When was the last time a sister even stopped
and
said anything?
You know what I'm saying? So how was what sister?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably at the bus stop.
But see, that's the way it's supposed to
be. But how is his sister? Remember, he said, she said that you but you're not all the way there yet, or you kind of off.
Yeah.
So wait, the sister knowing more than you, young chick?
Yeah. That's not good.
Hey, a woman shall pass a man.
Well, I don't want to write the brother off, but he ain't no.
Not all of them. No, I don't want to pump the Aqua heads up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't want to don't give no big games. They'll be out. Oh, they look. Oh, we know some shit. Sit your ass down.
The reason why I brought that out, we gonna bring that out after this Proverbs, but Elder Apostle Tahar brought out a video, and he was like, "I want y'all to post." It was like a quiz. What I'm thinking of one set. I'm not accepting any other set.
I saw it.
Fun. Yeah. And that was the one that GMS Yahweh posted. You see what I'm saying? Hawaii. I said Yahweh. Hawaii. GMS Hawaii. He posted. You feel me? And it made sense because this dude throwing stacks on the table and he decked out.
Oh, Bandman Kivo.
I don't even know.
I didn't know who he was.
You know what I mean? But
I looked into it.
Because Apostle Tahar, you looked into it. Yeah, you the immaculate research. That's anything I need research.
Yeah, that's Bandman Kivo, and he's famous for being a scammer. He teaches people how to beat the credit and all that.
Almost damn near crashed. I don't know if y'all saw her. She veered all out of the plane though.
Hell yeah. But what's the name? So, because he was like, yo, what he's throwing on the table has no value. What got real value is what's on his neck, because that's actual, God, Yahweh formed. Yeah, things.
Gold and diamonds.
All of this shit Yahweh actually made. He didn't make no Federal Reserve, that don't have value. Diamonds have weight, have value to it. Gold has weight, value, platinum.
And uses as well. And uses for them as well.
Something I wanted to say too, just now that we're on
diamond
that.
Being the hardest, metal, and you can scratch.
Just now that we're on that though, in particular, I don't think people know. A lot of people don't know. $1 is a measurement. It's a measurement. $1 is a measurement. It is not which fiat paper money that you have come to believe is valuable. $1 is the Federal Reserve acknowledging that they have that much gold equivalent to what is the weight amount of $1.
Slakia, right?
Hey, Shalom.
Because remember, the little horn, right, came up, and had to take away them 3 other horns. One being Spain, France, and Britain, right? A little horn being Babylon the Great America. Where did the little horn specifically come out of? Out of Britain. Britain's currency is what? The pound.
The pound.
The pound is a literal measurement of gold.
Of gold. Which is
what
why
I'm saying?
when people actually would tell you a pound is worth more than $1, it is. It is. I mean, in physical.
Yeah.
Well, it makes perfect sense.
Right.
It's like
You would get more gold for a $5 bill than if this brother gave me a $1.
Pluck off the piece of the brother's stone and gold and be like, this is my $1, and you giving me, I'm giving you that, and you making an investment, giving me the whole clunk on your chain.
I want to say, Salakia, $1.32 is like $1 in dollars.
Yeah.
$1.32 is a $1 in
pounds. Yeah. So currently, but they use that they use the euro over there now. So in a lot of countries.
You want to bring that out, and then we'll go back to the Proverbs.
Con, this is Deuteronomy 32 and 15. But Jeshurun
being codenamed for Yasharala. Jeshurun, I think it's Yasharawan, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxen fat. Thou art grown thick. Thou art covered with fatness.
That are covered, right? What did Batman Keeble have? He was covered with fatness. That's why Apostle always, you see, what I'm saying? Go ahead. We know fatness stands for wealth and shit, right? Go ahead.
It's always been a mark of wealth and this and that.
Then he forsook Yahweh, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation.
Right. So ox like that, brothers like that, hey man, yo, we get money, all right, free bands, man, yo, scamming, yo, you know what I mean? I got the the pieces, man, for the low. You heard the APs, the MCs, the discos, the Amex. You know what I mean? What you need, you feel me? I got the bump, man. You know, all that
you
wickedness.
Be like, yo, man, get the fuck out of here.
Hell
man.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
What you wear, you corny nigga?
Yo, any of y'all got the Wells Fargo, the USAA, the Chase Bank, holla at me. You know what I mean? All of that wickedness, you know? See, but look, they didn't wax fat because being in this captivity, you know, you're able to rise up, you know, and do, whether it be wickedness or doing the corporate shit or whatever. And then what? It said they forsook the Lord, man. You think he thinking about the Lord right there?
Well, he got his money. He got all that money from scamming Jake.
Yeah, my man was in cool.
I mean, he's a rapper now too. I looked into it, but he got all that money and did time for scamming Jake, bro.
So what you feel good about, you know, taking advantage of your people? How many children?
How many households
for that broke nigga?
Yeah, for all those hundreds, man. That's a household that he scammed from, bro.
You ain't shit, nigga. Jake ain't shit, man. I'm telling you.
So let's get back to the Proverbs and
go back to that.
Back
Back to Proverbs real quick. This is Proverbs back in 16 and verse 17. The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keepeth the way preserveth his soul.
Wait. Hold on. The what is to depart from evil?
He said the highway of the upright is to depart from evil.
Right. Yahweh said he was the way. You know.
And I love that saying because you know it makes me think like the Mandalorian straight took that from the scriptures. This is the way. Right. That this is the way that where that band of brothers would continuously say that to each other. This is the way.
What did it say? Straight and narrow. You see what I'm saying? And also, you know, be on the highways and the hedges, you know?
Right.
And not too many people, y'all want to go into the wide and broad gate. You know what I'm saying? So the highway of the upright is to depart from evil by following Yahweh Shai, which is the way, the truth, the door, right? There is no other way, right? His way is to depart from evil, man.
That's right.
You know?
He that keepeth his way preserveth his soul. This down 18.
Right, so you're supposed to be keeping the truth, man. Don't fall out of this thing. And that's how you're going to preserve your soul. How you going to Because who Esau can't kill your soul, he can kill the body.
That's
He
right.
said, fear those that can kill the body and the soul, man. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua.
That's why we're supposed to pray that Psalms 51, man.
Right.
You know, because we got to endure this thing to the end, man. You don't want to get to the MOTB and be like, man, I'm just gonna take it.
Right.
But I'm gonna give brothers food though. Like, nah, man, endure it, man.
A straight dickhead. You
No,
go.
that's a wow, that's a
You're different. Yeah, you're a different type of nigga. This is 16 and 18, and it reads, "Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit before a fall." All right, obviously.
And see, this man, his pride is lifted up among him. His spirit is not upright in him, man. Babylon, the ones that ruled us, Esau, Edom, right? You're seeing that they're Dr. Anthony Fauci, right? Jim Crow, Sleepy Creepy Joe. Their pride is just continually going up and up. Listen, we tired. My patience is running thin. Listen, for the greater good of the society, we're just gonna come and force this fucking snake bite on you.
Right.
You see, their pride, and that's how you know destruction is on its way. This shit is at the door, man.
When it says that the devil will come upon you with great wrath because his time is short, it's about to happen.
That's right.
And what just mentioning that, what old Fauci was talking about, the other day was just that they was basically getting to the point where they're gonna start taking some drastic measures to get people to take this snake bite. So
and that goes to, if you could pull up our
this brother Zebulon Warrior got a good step too.
Okay, go ahead. Pull it up.
The brother Zebulon Warrior all day, 2 Thessalonians 2:11, and for this cause Yahweh has sent them strong delusion that they should believe a lie.
Yeah, man. And look, believing a lie is believing in Esau, Edom. What does it say in Job? For they are forgers of lies and physicians of no value.
Yep.
The Most High had you believe in this fucking system, man. You see what I'm saying?
Physicians are no value.
No value, man. They can't heal you. The great physician is Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushua, man. You know, he's going to heal us from this spiritual disease, that we in, which is Babylon the Great.
That's right.
It stood up for a second.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, that's how Jake was in the Judges. Hey, we're gonna get right for a little bit, and then just fall right back down, bro.
There's always a good amount of wicked niggas that have something to do with that, though. This is Proverbs 16 and 19, and it reads, "Better is it to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud."
That's right, man. So it's better to be with Akim like this, man. You feel me? We eat our little, measly little things together. And spiritually, we eat the word, right, together. Eat the whole roll, right? We humble. The meek shall inherit the earth anyway. Meek and humble is damn near synonymous. Then to be with brothers, like, he the hottest scam in the hood. I'm the hottest drug dealer in the hood. You doing all of the PPP frauds.
You going platinum.
You a fucking with the stick up kid, robbing all the niggas. You got all this money, and we dividing money and making little business moves and traveling together. You see what I'm saying? To do wickedness. You know what I mean?
No soy sauce for you.
Yeah, like shit like that. You know what I mean? I ain't betting 5G on your fucking paperball games, B. You know what I mean? Like trying to be, all my niggas is getting money niggas. You see what I'm saying? All of my niggas is be able to, like, come on, son. You feel me? Well, all my men, my brothers, you feel me? Teach the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. You see what I'm saying? In a contrite, lowly, and humble spirit, man.
Well, look what Yahweh told his own mama, man.
Yeah, woman.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's not my time yet. And then that's how you know he had the best wine. Wine is what? Philosophy, man. That doctrine, man. Everybody wanted, Howard Shah's wine. He said he ain't going to drink the blood of the grape until he come back, man. Imagine drinking.
And who did he say his family was, man? He didn't say all Yasha Rala, all you niggas. He said, hey, those that do the will of my father, man, are my brother, my sister, my mother, my father. You know what I'm saying? My cousins, man.
I got spiritual fathers in this thing, the elders. You feel me? Those that have taught me. I got spiritual brothers in this thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, spiritual, so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So we just got to be, 10 toes down in this thing, man. He hears us, man. Matter of fact, that was another thing that we went into, in Exodus, right? Because we coming into damn near like a spiritual Exodus 2.0. Everybody getting beamed up, the strangers of our salvation, wisdom of Solomon 5:5, right? We have to be, how Jake would be, Jake going through hell, but to the brethren, yo, you good out? What's going on? Yeah, I can't complain. Nigga, we supposed to be groaning and moaning until Yahweh, man.
Like a bomb.
Yo, as soon as your brother, you might hit him with the, yeah, we good, but then when you link up with him, I'm fucking tired of this place, man.
I got this going on. This bitch acting stupid.
Yeah, my demon acting up,
Son.
She don't want to give it up.
Right.
Nah, let me
or she
stop.
robbing you. Shit, whatever. Salat. This Proverbs 16 and 20, I'll read a couple more. He that handled the matter wisely shall find good unto those who trusted in Yahweh, happy is he. All right. Same with kind of like that same right along with Isaiah 33 and 16 or 6. Salaki.
What we doing is handling the matter wisely.
Right.
Our life is the matter. What is the whole duty of man? Fear the Most High and keep His commandments.
That's right.
That's dealing with the whole matter wisely. You doing anything else but that is dealing with it foolishly.
That's right.
Man.
The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increaseth learning.
Isn't it saying the same thing in Proverbs, that a prudent man foreseeth evil and hideth himself? Go ahead, Ak.
Discern when to separate.
Understanding is a wellspring of life unto him that hath it. But the instruction of fools is folly.
Wait. A wellspring of life? Didn't Elder Malcolm just say the living waters? He said that Yahushua said if you drink from this water, you shall never thirst again. Proverbs, it says, with all thy getting, get understanding. Mm-hmm. That should be the only thing you searching for. Not no goddamn woman, not no fucking Federal Reserve notes, right? Understanding, man. Understanding this truth and applying it in your life, which is wisdom, man.
That was the point on that.
Oh, okay.
The kingdom is going to last forever and ever and ever, man. Why would you even be concerned with the temporal ass kingdom, man? That's being prophesied to be destroyed, man. Even the Christian church knows this place is going to be motherfucking lit up, man.
Not in the way that we say it.
But they got a small little inkling in. You know what I'm saying?
I got another subject. This out of Sirach, the book of Sirach. This Sirach 37, and let's see. I'll start at 15. Sirach, and it reads, "And above all this, pray to the Most High that He will direct thy way in truth."
Wait, and above all this. So before that, it gives you things to do, but it said above all of that, you're supposed to pray, man.
Right.
That's why Yahushua said, "Watch and pray always." Paul said, "Pray without ceasing."
Well, this was prior to him, just for an example, for what he was saying. Above all this, some of the things consisted of, just back in 10. If you go back a couple verses, it reads, "Consult not with one that suspect thee, and hide thy counsel from such as it that they envy thee. Neither consult with a woman touching her, of whom she is jealous. Neither with the coward in matters of war." So there's
heavy right there.
Yeah, right. Nah, bro. Yo, that's
don't talk to no coward about no warfare, man. He don't know.
How you gonna say? What you gonna tell me?
Hey, well, the Most High, He commanded Jake to leave if they had any fear.
Nah, facts. And I brought that up the same camp that Elder Malcolm was here. You feel me? I was like, yo, have you got a new wife? Leave now. If you bought a new house, leave now.
Yeah.
See, but we know, like what Paul said, for the things of this world passes away. Those that buy, as though they sell not, those that have wives, that they have none, so on and so forth. But going into it, when just like it said, discuss not things of war with a coward, paraphrasing, this truth is really what it's talking about. I'm not supposed to be talking with you if I discern, you feel me, whether it be killing babies and
Con.
shit. You know what I mean? You're gonna look at me like a fucking, you know,
Right.
A lunatic or
Yeah.
well, whatever.
you know. So
Con.
oh, it's in the Bible. What Bible you reading?
Yeah.
King James, nigga.
Right.
The authorized version.
the one you should all.
And I called you a nigga because you ignorant.
The original King
ignorant
James, man, the
black ass-
1611, man.
Black ass.
He's a black
Oh,
He's
man.
go off talking about them niggas in the dresses talking about killing babies.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
I can't stand them, bro. They do be doing that though. God, Salak. So back to 15. And above all this, pray to the Most High that He will direct thy way in truth.
Salakia. But they fucking with the same nigga woman that killed 5 babies already in her womb. With your
And they forget about Esau, who did it already in real life, man.
You know? But
They
let
want to jump all over
over us. That's how you know, man. Yo, lo, it shall come, and they shall know a prophet have been among them, man.
Con.
Right? I told my mother, do you know that you birthed a prophet, son?
Yeah.
But
For
that
real?
shit would just go over her head.
She
I mean,
just
it
look
went
at
over
you
her head.
like Yustafar.
Yeah.
You know.
But what happened? What happened with Yahweh Shai? Isn't that the son of Joseph? That's the
Right.
Joseph's son.
But his brother and his brothers was like, "What you mean you the son of the Most High, nigga? You little Jesus."
Well, look at Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai had 4 brothers, man, and 2 of them didn't want to receive him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yahweh Shai, man.
That. His own brothers.
Come on, bro.
He's like, nigga.
You grew up with this nigga,
Right.
He your fucking blood, man. You couldn't receive
While
him.
he was shitting in the ancient diapers.
And they walked off on him like, nah, son. Fuck you.
You know, that means there could have been 14 apostles, but the Most High had it be 12 for the whole nation of Israel, man.
It's like that in the truth, because how many brothers have come out of families where they're the only one in the whole household who heard and was able to understand that the Most High gave them the ears to hear, so they understood. And then they're in a household full of niggas, man. You know, in a household full of monkeys with straight jigaboos of corn, doing everything left every day. You know, there's no righteousness in the house. Using bacon grease to fry up the eggs, just all types of abomination, man. And you're the only one in the house rebuking everybody. You know? So it was set up.
Hey, Khan, just to testify, my uncle thought I was crazy, bro, and needed to be on medication, man. And now he watching the live right now, man.
Hey man,
that's spiritual.
That sounds. Hey,
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying, you know, I say the Wadi Habashim Yahushua that his eyes got open, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Just like
My mother thought we were crazy.
Yeah.
My mom was calling Malcolm up and talking to us all the time, like, why y'all following him? That's crazy. Got them crazy beliefs.
Listen, just period.
What about
blank,
Christmas?
If the moms is not dealing with the pops no more, and you start to, you know, strengthen your relation with your pops, your moms will already think you crazy, following up under your father.
Yeah.
Why you following?
Why you want to be like that?
Hey, look at Job's wife, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
They want you to curse the Most High and die, bro.
Just give up the ghost.
And he was a perfect upright man. You would think he would discern what type of woman to deal with. That's how you know, man. These women, and in the same book, the wisdom.
Well, he knew she knew better because he said, "Thou sound like one of the foolish women."
Yeah.
So he didn't get himself no. That was one of them top level females he got. He was blessed with everything.
Job was wise, bro. The way he even spoke to her, that was wise.
And look, just because she was dealing with him after he killed all the kids, she had even more kids. You see what I'm saying? Through his righteousness. You see what I'm saying?
Con.
He didn't get another woman, right? All her kids died, their kids died, and then had sex with her multiple more times. You feel me? And she birthed even more children. Remember said her daughters, his daughters was the beautifulest daughters in the whole land.
Right.
You know?
They was shitting on Beyonce and Rihanna and them. Vivica Fox was shit compared to that, man.
That fake weave and shit.
Nothing.
Lauren London ain't doing nothing.
Keep all of that. Salaki. Get back to this real quick. This back in Sirach 36, 37, and I was at 16. Salaki. Let reason go before every enterprise, and counsel before every action.
Well,
right?
Every enterprise, anything that you endeavor in, you're supposed to think, get counsel, reason upon it, meditate on it,
Pray.
You can't, you can't be impulsive in this thing, man.
Right.
You know?
Right. You're not supposed to be impulsive. So, if I was thinking of doing something major in my life, just in general, I'm coming to these brothers first, and then I'm going up the chain for more, insight or some guidance, so to speak. Seek wise counsel, man.
Yeah.
There's no shame in that. Like as brothers who are all learning and listening and watching and gaining wisdom. Like, man, you don't know everything, man. I don't know everything. I have no problem admitting that I don't know everything.
What the scriptures say,
I'm here to learn.
The scriptures say we know in part and we prophesy in part. We deal with what the Most High has given us. He can't give you everything because his thoughts on our thoughts, man. You know?
And that's it. And to be real with y'all, that's the elder saying that, man. So how much more us, man? And so it's okay to have questions, man. Let them be righteous, man. And not acting in haste shows true belief in Yahweh Shai, man.
Right.
Instead of you saying, I'm just going to do this, you sitting there beseeching the Lord, asking him, getting counsel from the Akim, shows that you are in what? Fear and contrite spirit with the Most High. Because you got to be the example for the nations. The other nations go do something on impulse, man.
To be all in that, what would you call it, like that carnal spirit, that's not going to benefit us at all moving forward. Like, you may have moments where you got to take life or this or that or whatever, and it'll be right, in the moment, if the Most High deemed it that that's what you had to do to get out of that, you'll be fine, man. You'll know what to do, but to just act impulsive and carnal, man, that's not our way. Salak, real quick. I had Salak. This is
I got to head on to slavery.
Oh, you good, brother? You good?
Yeah, how about Shimmy? How about Shimmy? Kakadash, Bakata. Shalom, brother. Yeah, how about Shimmy? How about Shimmy? Kakadash, Bakata.
I didn't even realize it was almost 3:30.
Yeah, we was in the spirit, man.
Yeah, I was like, dang, 2 hours and some change flew by. Is that what it was? Something like that?
1 hour 47 seconds.
Yeah, but that's my uncle right there. That last one right there.
Yeah, okay, cool. Come.
So yep, learning.
Well, Con, yeah, we'll keep it going and finish it out. And then I'll have to call you out. I'm not sure what happened to that brother. I ain't gonna swear. He's probably knocked out.
How about y'all,
Mom? Bro, we'll catch you. Shalak, let me get back to where I was at real quick. Because here in Babylon, man, they teach you like to go off the flesh, man, to be with that fleshly mind state. So, good, bro? Always got the drink. This Galatians 6 and 7, it reads, "Be not deceived, Yahweh is not mocked, for whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he reap, that shall he also reap." There you go, bro.
You need it?
Nah, we should be good. He that soweth to his flesh shall the flesh reap corruption, and he shall soweth and he that soweth to the spirit shall of the spirit reap life everlasting. Okay, so that's the spirit we want to be in, man. All right, we want to be in that spirit of being an everlasting part of the kingdom, being, quote unquote, joint heirs and to live forever and rule over these other nations and to never be in want or need of anything, man. All right, be a beautiful thing to get there. Did you have something, brother? It's lucky, man. I turned my page and I didn't need to. Sloppy. Come on. Page is not trying to turn.
Yeah, this is the book of Isaiah. This is a beautiful one that we usually kind of go into. Isaiah chapter 1, verse 3. "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's friend, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider."
Nope.
All right? They don't even consider, all right, while they going through what they going through, man. All right? Even dumb animals, right, like the ox and the donkey, the ass, right, knoweth who own them, who their property of, who takes care of them, who feeds them, But our people don't understand or don't even consider, who's the one that, and even those that do be like, oh well, praying and giving grace. Thank you, Father, for this food on our plate. They don't even fully understand the true power that they're worshiping, man.
No, it's true. It's totally true. Just go on that.
No.
Yeah, no, but that's facts, bro. Yeah, when it comes down to Israel, man, Israelites will die for all kinds of different, gods or mantras or things of those natures, but refuse to adhere to the law, statutes, and commandments of the book, man. Mm-hmm. All right. Out of step 2. This is Sirach again. This is Sirach 13 and 13, and it reads, "Observe and take good heed, for thou walkest in peril of the overthrowing, when thou hearest these things, awake in thy sleep." Basically, man, every day that you are alive in Israel as an Israelite, man, you walk in peril, man. Like straight danger. We're behind enemy lines, and niggas don't even realize. Dude just rolled past us, in the smoking loud pack, in the drop top,
old school.
Yeah, old school with the hydraulics and everything. And Jake is walking around. You can't see everything going on around us, but Jake is walking around everywhere. It's a nice day for December. December 12th in Colorado Springs. This is like odd weather. It's still like fall, like late, like mid-fall weather. So there's people walking around, enjoying their Sunday afternoon, driving. And that's a thing here at the mall too, for them to ride the low riders all up and down, all day long.
Yeah, get a nice little drive in, get that oil moving in the car. Just think, it's a smoking demon upon Colorado. So it's a perfect time.
Ride and
smoke and listen to some demonic hip hop, or reggaeton, or for whoever,
But just like the brother was reading, how they ignorant to their master. Man, Jake is ignorant to how much peril they in every day. Mm-hmm. All right,
I got a set for that real quick. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 66. "And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life."
And that's the fear, man. Like Jake, man, in Babylon, man, to get pulled over could be your last day.
That's
man.
Right, man.
If you're an Israelite, man.
Y'all don't even know how our blood pressure rises every time you get pulled over. Man.
You like, fuck, man. Do I even have my wallet? Is my ID? Is my ID? And then you'll be like, man, you'll know everything's in order,
right?
And still be in the backyard. Like for me personally, when I purchased the firearm, testimony. When I purchased the firearm, when it took so long for them to run through my shit, oh man, I started thinking like, damn, I gotta be like on a federal criminal base or something. You start thinking like, damn, what do they know that I don't know, that I'm in so much, that this is taking so long? So yeah, man, Jake lived constant peril, and then the women of Israel, they wink at it. All right, they don't adhere to. They be the ones that walk through Babylon freely with no fear, blind to all the things going on around them. The women of Israel will get you niggas killed, man, with that winking, that peril shit. As a man, how many women get their man in that situation where they in a public place and she talking fucking crazy, and she talking crazy to a man, and then some babe, get him. Get that nigga.
Yeah, straight like that.
Yeah. And this dude is built like Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And she wants you to whoop his ass, and you just was chilling.
Right.
Didn't even know this shit was happening. Mm-hmm. Dude tapping you on the shoulder like he ready to fight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you like, what is what? You getting F5 through the catering table, right? Because she talking crazy.
Mm-hmm. I got a script for that.
Go ahead,
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 9. "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Mm-hmm. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Mm-hmm. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine.
That's right.
You know, so just like Ak was saying, what's the name? That carelessness that these women have, man. They're able to walk and have no care in the world.
Right.
Free spirit. Women just want to have fun. That type
Out
of
here,
thing.
Out here half naked.
You know?
In the middle of December just to get some attention type shit.
You know?
And you're going to get that attention
and when these
coming days.
Exactly. When that vintage fail, man. When you can't just have the simplicity of going to Walmart and buying you food and asking somebody, or matter of fact, you don't even got to ask. A nigga be like, yo, you need some help? Yeah, can you get the applesauce on the top of this aisle for me, please? Oh, yeah, no problem. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
like just little simple shit. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you could be pumping gas and nigga be like, yo, you good? You know, you need, you know, they try to spit that sip game, pay for shit.
I seen that in the stores. When, you know, it was kind of during that shopping when I was at that big ass store walking around, this woman had grabbed up this dude. She was by herself. And she had grabbed up this dude. The dude was like what you need? Because he didn't know her. Right. And she was like, oh, will you grab that hat up at the top there? And it was like, she said, I couldn't reach it. She like handed him a hanger. Yeah. And she was an attractive woman, you know? Yeah. But she handed him a hanger, like, get that shit down for me, nigga. Yeah. And he did it. Right. Like, oh, you know, so you having a good time, you know? But I'm looking at this thing like, you dumb motherfucker.
Hell yeah. Now imagine if you would have been like, nah, I'm good. She would have gave you all type of attitude.
What's wrong with
and cuss you out.
Fuck you.
Yeah,
you this
like,
and that.
Oh, you misogynist. Look, y'all, what happened to chivalry? Chivalry is dead.
Shiver my foot in your ass. Bitch.
Straight up. See, because a lot of y'all women going to understand where the power truly lies, man.
Yep.
All right? And it lies with the men, man.
God.
For the tabernacle of the Most High is now with men, as it says in Revelation, man. He not dealing with y'all women, man. God. You see what I'm saying?
So when we speak on these things, man, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, what is that, bro? But that's him, huh? That was his woman right there. I didn't even realize. Salakia. I got another one, but like how we was mentioning the things, man, being in peril all the time, like it's beyond though for Israelites, man, it's beyond just physical peril, man. Your spirit is being fought over in this place, man. That's right. Okay? Salakia, this is Ephesians 6:11, and it reads, put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that he may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers and the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. I mean, that's like the quote unquote what would you call like the playbook to every good movie, man. That's right. All right, that's what we are up against. It's this unbeatable, unbreakable, unending rule of darkness. Right. We are the protagonist. We like the little protagonist, the little broke poor nigga, you know, in rags.
We like was she from Venezuela in the MMA?
Yeah, we like her. Yeah, we like the Venezuelan vixen,
the biggest underdog. Vegas has completely voted against us.
Wrote us off.
You know
I mean, we supposed to stand in front of Shorty and get mauled. That's what we here for. When we finally stand against Edom, us being the small little, no real training camp, no backing, just me, my fam, and my daughter supporting me or whatever, and just go against this brute force, right, and find a way to win. Well, let it be said, hey, in the long run, that story ends that way. Rocky fucking wins.
Yeah, in the last round, at the last second, the tables had turned and the kingdom got translated from one people to another.
Right. And it was like, for another fight reference, like the Korean Zombie, Chan Sung Jung, and Pantera. I'm forgetting the guy's actual name, but he's from Mexico. He's from Mexico City. They had one of the greatest 145 featherweight fights that was entertaining as hell. That it was a couple years ago. It ended though, where the two of them within the last 10 seconds, their last exchange, where they were gonna come together to exchange one more time. They dapped each other up at second 10. By the end of it, they came forward, they just was throwing, and he at the last second, the dude went to like circle away, and the other guy threw like a desperate elbow to where he should be, and it landed, and he dropped him and crumpled him, and he won the fight. So really, and if that would have went to decision, he would have lost. So it was crazy, but that kind of reminds me, it's the same predicament. Where, that underdog status.
Yeah, like under the judges,
right?
We would lose right now because we easily getting worn out. The Saints getting worn out, right? But eventually, the Most High going to lift up that standard. You know what I'm saying? And knock Esau out. With these missiles.
Like the Vixen, man.
You know,
which, if for anybody who does follow MMA, I know a lot of the brothers do, but for the watchers, Amanda Nunes has been unstoppable. She beat every woman that was ever important in martial arts, period. This chick was an annihilator. I mean, she trains with only men of a relative size, and they say that a lot of dudes don't want to train with her because she be beating their ass. So, she fought this other chick who really, and Amanda Nunes is bigger than this other female naturally. She fights at about 155, or she could fight at probably 160 pounds if there was a weight class. She cuts to 145, but she fought this girl at 135, so this girl was smaller than her by all means. I mean, she didn't have technically the power. She wasn't supposed to have the power nor be able to withstand the onslaught. The first round, she wound up on the ground and she protected herself she kind of used her jiu-jitsu to protect herself from catching an ass whooping. And she made her fight attacks from the ground on her back for almost the majority of the round. Second round, she came out, she got right in her face and stood in front of her, and they started trading punches. And you could tell, the one bitch was geeked. The Nunes was come on, bitch, because this is how it's gonna go. And she started tagging her and catching her with heavy shots. And she stayed in there, but you could see as it went on, as the time went on, she was getting discouraged because she was okay, this bitch is not going down. Everybody else normally fall over. She didn't fall. She kept hitting her back. And then eventually she started winning the exchanges. Then you could see the whole expression on, because she was smiling at Shorty when she came at her, with a predatory grin when she was I'm about to eat you. And then you could see that whole shit change. By the midway through the second round, that entire shit was gone. She was oh, shit. Had the oh shit eyes. And I will give her credit. She went out on her shield because she didn't do nothing but swing back. But she was getting beat to the punch. And then she got tired. And when she got dropped, when she went down, the chick got on her back and didn't use no hooks, which is really kind of a no-no for high-level jiu-jitsu practitioners. You're supposed to secure the hooks so they can't get out. She choked her out with no hooks. With no hooks. What's up, bitch? Talk all that shit now. Yeah. So, yeah.
I think I seen something where it was I think it was on RT, matter of fact. Oh, she used a dirty move or something. And she's getting criticized because some move she used was dirty or something.
Well,
you have to see it.
I know that she did. A lot of people, that's the Pueblos right there. Just saw the thing. They were saying the other dude, I know that they were saying he was grabbing the guy's glove. And that they were kind of upset. I don't know about the new dance one. I'll have to look. I think it was girls. But yeah, maybe it was. But Salah, because I already read it, right? You got it set now? Proverbs? No, I got the Proverbs already. I'm trying to remember where I was at. Went off on the story. Oh yeah, that was Ephesians. I'll read 13 too real quick. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand evil in that having Slakia. In the evil day, and having done all to stand. So basically doing all the things necessary, praying without cease, doing the videos, putting in the work, going to camp, being a living sacrifice. And brothers taking several opportunities to teach, man. You might be bar, and a brother come up and say something, all of a sudden you spend 2-3 hours teaching this man the truth. That's all going into your spiritual bank, man. Layering yourself with the armor for when that day comes that you be ready, that wisdom 33:6 sticks in your mind and you're good.
But two, just to put that out there, that's not our main ministry. That might happen with us coming out here. You see what I'm saying? Because you got brothers that don't go out and teach, but they like, yo, I go teach when I'm in the club or when I'm in this and that. That's when I'm, you know? Yeah.
I'm not giving you niggas no endorsement.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, hell yeah. I just heard that on like some, you know,
I'm teaching
some
bro, club.
you know,
nigga,
yeah. Yo, so when I run up to niggas, you know, and this and that, you know, and them
who
type
you
of
teaching
thing.
in the club?
Like,
son?
come on, man. You feel me?
Hey,
but
girl.
you just might be at a sports bar, you know, balancing out, you know, this hell and shit. And, you know, somebody just automatically see the glow and they start talking. I just seen fucking Esau just hugged up for 2 minutes with Jake woman and shit. You know what I mean? I just thought that was some real wickedness.
There's some weirdos over here.
Yeah,
there's some bugged out.
But a lot of Jake women like Esau out here, you know?
Oh yeah, there's a lot more because the Edomites out here, for the most part, they're in a good position. Like a lot of these Edomites out this way are well off.
Because it's security.
Yeah.
You know?
Because they're either military, former military, or they're connected, or they're just well connected. Because there's you'll meet a lot of people who, like, their family owns something, and like the whole family works for that company. Yeah.
That's basically where I'm at. The boss, his father owns the fucking spot that I at the plantation.
Yeah. Because I know several Edomites that like they work for their dad's company, and now they kind of is one of the main niggas, and
that's how you know it's Esau, because let Jake do that like me, and then problems arise.
Oh
man.
Yeah, no,
you know,
for real.
Jake just can't work for their family because we under the curses, you know. So it's not the Most High is not just going to allow, you know, for the most part, inheritance to be passed on from father to father.
Right. You'll see a lot of that happen here with the Northern Kingdom, because a lot of them, like, they families who have businesses and this and that have been here forever. So you'll meet some Northern Kingdom people here that are well off or have, but then other than that, it's like the heathens. Like you got the.
But they be still struggling, one.
Yeah.
And then two, they got so many family members that they helping out.
That's true.
They got a business that's not even really, you know what I'm saying?
All that far.
So imagine passing down a business that's in the red onto your sons. You see what I'm saying, or whatever. And he got it. They be and then owning a business, y'all be thinking that shit easy. That shit is not easy, man. There's a lot of time and effort that's going into that shit. That's a nice ride.
Yeah, they all in
nice little chariot.
They all in drug money, bro.
Yeah, I mean anybody with no big ass deep dish rims like that.
Her kids go to my school. I know her whole family. I really do.
Yeah, or she be pulling up, picking them up.
Yo, all the time. We've had plenty of little combos.
Yeah, my shit soon died too.
I saved it for the kingdom, no doubt. She was like one of the first ones. It was like, oh, gotta have you, baby. I love that woman. She went to school around this way too. But I got one more just to.
And then we'll conclude.
Yeah, and then we'll conclude. We can end it on this one, and I'll finish out the rest of the lesson later or something. This is Matthew 10 and 16. And once again, I'm gonna just kind of go back to my original when I kind of started saying this. You know, this knowledge is not for coons, man. It's not for 2/3 monkey niggas, and it's not for the weak of heart. Like, what we do is it takes a mind and a man to do this work, man. All right, because you coming out here knowing that you're drawing the ire for the Most High, man. And you know what? Feel free to hate on me, nigga. Hate on me. I want y'all niggas to hate on everything we do. That's right. Salakia, this is Matthew 10 and 16. Behold, I send you forth as a sheep in the midst of wolves. That's right. Be ye therefore as wise as serpents and harmless as doves. All right, so on that same track of keeping the wisdom and stability and of sound mind and of sound doctrine throughout these coming days and moving forward to these coming days, you know, conducting ourselves that way, along with a little balance. You know, what's gonna be the stability, man. That's how we gonna get through this thing. That's right. Everything else is just really like time-consuming distraction shit. Like Babylon is through, man. This place is done. Did you have any other steps you wanted to?
Not really said, but I'll add on that, because the sheep is always an animal, that is likened unto the Israelites, right? So these wolves would really be not only the other nations, but 2/3 as well. So he's sending us out into the world of us being the prey and them being the predators, consistently. What does it say in Revelation that they want the souls of men? They're trying, it's a mind, it's psychological warfare, man. Just like he brought out earlier with the, going against principalities and high places and all that. You feel me? Your spirit is already fighting against its own flesh. Now it's fighting against these other contradictory spirits. It's fighting against this beast system, So we just going through a lot of things, you see what I'm saying, in the world. You feel me? We got to stay, fully.
I forgot about them too, man. Them veteran Jakes, there's got a lot of them too. Right?
Oh yeah, because they got that veteran affairs check coming in every 2 weeks or every month or some shit,
But they all be on the times, bro. For the most part, all of them be on the times.
Yeah.
Trying to fit in somewhere and make it seem like they still good with the hood.
Yeah, that type of shit.
You be like, nigga, go sit down, bro. I saw you coming here wearing cowboy boots. Not that you can't wear cowboy boots, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you see them brothers that come in, they got a whole Stetson on.
Hell yeah.
With a camo Stetson. Like, bro, come on.
Yeah, them forest ass.
Like, what is you doing,
not the
bro?
regular camos.
Yeah. You see them Jakes, you be like, damn, you just wandered out of the backwoods, didn't you? Hanging out with the white boys.
So, the final out, man, for the brothers, we got to discern this time and the judgment that we in. There's a lot of judgment that's going to be coming forth. All right, the time that we in, we're soon entering into, Jacob's trouble, that hour of temptation, and pushing this off our detail. The economy collapsing, a lot of death coming from these snake bites,
Yeah, like with the old boy Demarius Thomas, up and dying out of nowhere.
Yeah, young people dying. There's going to be a lot of that. Prepare yourselves for family members, friends, relatives, co-workers. That was falling off, man. Prepare your mind to be seeing, a world, per se, how as you know it, not being the same, completely off, done with.
You could say, you could argue that that's the case now.
Yeah, for real. Having to do certain shit, being forced, this and that, jobs coming down harder with these restrictions and these draconian measures, So, pretty much stay in the scripture, stay with like-minded brothers, continue to keep praying, do a couple of prayers in the Lashon Kodash, in that holy tongue, right, the Ibar, right, and just continually, keeping your mind, having that single eye on the light, man, walking that straight and narrow, and always exalting the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
All right. So with that, we're gonna give all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors again into the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well. We are the true elders of all Israel. If you can't receive it, peace and salutations, right, unto the 144,000, the elect, right, of men, the tabernacle of David, the governing body, the kingdom to come. Those prophets who are out here teaching this word, as well as a shalom to the large multitude of men, women, and children, the 1/3, as well as the Israelite foreigners, right, that look like the other nations, right, likened to the parable of the speckled bird, all right. Shalom to you, Aqua, listening in silence, under subjection to your husband, all right. And another shalom again to all the Akim out there, the brotherhood, man. All right. And with that, we say Baba Bo,
Kwam
Kwam Yasharala,
Yasharala,
and Shalom.
Shalom.